Alrighty, it is currently 6:18 in the morning on the 4th, and things have not been going great this morning, and after I tell you how much I've done, I'll tell you why. I worked on Voice of the Wild Places Z, which I started last month, and I wrote 307 words there. Not a lot, I know. The only other thing that I've done is I edited a work in progress video that is still exporting at the moment. It's like 39 minutes long. I'm editing the videos from February at the moment, so I'm like mashing as many of them as I can into one video to get through them faster. But anyway, my proofs for Cut to the Kill came in yesterday while we were shopping, and I was ready to film a unboxing video of them because I was super excited to hold Cut to the Kill in my hands. And instead, it is like this on both books. It is like this on the normal book and the large font. I can't show you the whole cover. I have not done a cover reveal. I can't do a cover reveal until I have proofs that are actually how they're supposed to be. But what I can show you is, do you see that white bar at the top? That's not supposed to be there. It wraps all the way around. Not supposed to be there. And then down here, I don't know how well you can see it. There you go. The barcode cuts into my description, which is not how it looks on the website or the template that I used from KDP to format my book cover. It's like that on the large font as well. Although on the large font, the white bar is smaller that wraps around, but it still gets cut into down here on the description. Again, doesn't look like that on the website, and it doesn't look like that anywhere. And when I saw that, it made me want to cry. First of all, I wrote Cut to the Kill in 2016, and I have been slowly editing it since then and waiting to publish it since then, and I worked really hard on these covers. You haven't seen the image that's on it, but it took me like 2 weeks to draw the image that is on this cover. It was when I first started learning how to draw, and I was super pumped to eventually put it on one of my books and to get to hold it in my hand. And now the first time I've ever seen the cover, it's fucked up. And that didn't suit me well, to say the least. I have been relatively pissed all morning. I have been relatively angry all morning. There have been a couple times that I've almost had an anxiety attack simply because of the fact that now I have to redo the covers and pay another $13 to reorder my own books because somewhere along the line they somehow screwed something up. I don't know. It's a lot, to say the least. But outside of that, I'm doing my best with writing today. I'm doing my best to eventually get some editing today. Yesterday we were gone a little bit longer than I expected. That's okay. I finally got my elbow braces and my other knee brace, so they're all compression braces, but they work wonders. So that's a plus. But yeah, we were gone a little bit longer than expected. I didn't get a lot done writing because my elbows and my shoulder were killing me the whole time we were shopping. So typing with my arms bent was kind of out of the question. So I only wrote a little bit yesterday, but that's fine. But yeah, it feels like it's been a very long day already, and I'm only 6 hours and 22 minutes into it. But again, the work in progress video that I edited is still exporting at the moment. So I guess I'm going to do maybe a little bit of typing on my phone. I can't do any Bluetooth keyboard typing unless I sit on the floor because I don't want to risk moving my tablet because it's currently connected to its keyboard, and if the connection joint shifts ever so slightly, it'll refresh my thing and stop exporting the video, and then I'll have to restart all over again. So I don't want to move it until it's done, and it's currently sitting where I would set my Bluetooth keyboard if I were typing on it. So there's that. But I might do some normal typing on my phone. I don't know. But I'm going to do everything that I can to meet my word goal today. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I end up doing like research or something instead at any point during the day. But either way, dude, it is 6:30 in the morning. My God. But either way, if I actually accomplish anything before I go to sleep, I will make sure to give you guys an update. I've been laying down at 8, but I haven't been falling asleep until after 9. Been stressed out. I did not even spray you. I apologize for my bird. She's normally not an asshole until around 7. But yeah, I'm going to do what I can, and I will give you guys, hopefully, an update before I go to sleep if I actually accomplish anything else. And if not, I'll see you for a writing or editing update later on in the day. Just depends on how things go. Hey guys, it is currently 1:05 in the morning on May 5th, and at this very moment I am working on a pride sketch, but I'll fill you in on that more in just a second. Yesterday I was able to meet my written goal, barely. I barely managed to scrape by on that. I think I was over like 70 words, over the goal, which is a plus. I'm glad that I met it. I really didn't think I was going to be able to. Yesterday I also took some notes on Always Watching, the Bo Austin prequel. It's mostly just stuff that has happened, the names, so on and so forth, so that way I can keep track of everything. Because again, I'm writing a million stories, sometimes things get a little convoluted, and the less scenes that I have to rewrite or reorder or remove or anything like that when I'm editing, the better. Again, I've said it before, but I do my best to make my first drafts as readable as possible. I want them to be as concise as possible, without making them perfect the first time around. I'm not aiming for perfection, I'm just aiming for readability. If you are writing books, you do not have to make your first draft entirely readable the first time around. How you write books depends on who you are and how you want to write them. That is entirely up to you. It's easier for me, and it is easier for any potential beta readers, or anytime that I have like my mom or my grandparents read a scene, so on and so forth. But outside of that, I didn't get any editing done. I went on a walk yesterday. I walked 2 miles, one with the big dog, one with the little dog. It was very, very nice out yesterday. It was, I think almost 70 degrees, which was lovely. It was amazing outside, to say the least. So I did that. But otherwise, I don't think I did a lot. I barely managed to scrape by with my word count. I finished that very, very close to the end of the day, but that's okay. I still met it, which was something. I was rather proud of myself, I suppose. I didn't expect it to actually like be finished by the end of the day, but I think doing the research notes and so on and so forth really helped, because research is one of those things that I can pretty much do no matter how pissed off I am, and it tends to help relax me. I know a lot of people hate research, but I love it. Whatever I was researching yesterday, cryptography? Yeah, cryptographs, is a weird subject to research, but I'm considering writing a character who majored in it, or minored in it, or studied in it, or works in it, something. And I don't know if I'll do modern time or something relatively historical. I'm not sure. Obviously nowadays it's used more for like digital management rights and copyrights and safety on the web and information protection on the web, but back in the day it was used more for like sending messages and stuff like that, encryptions, decryptions, stuff like that. And I think that is much more interesting to me, but it depends on how things go and what works best for the story. If it's set in the past, I'll have to research the past as well. I've never written a book that was set before 2000, before I wrote Jamal's series, or at least Jamal's first book and second book. His third book is still in progress. But his first book is set in the 60s, and Jamal was born in 1950, so like that's as far back as I've researched ever. But you know, I think it could be interesting to dive into some historical research. I've always been not into history. I was always pretty bad at history. I have a terrible time with dates, but researching it on my own time and with my own free will would probably mean that I was more into it, I would hope. But again, we'll see how things go. But I think that switching between the research and a little bit of book stuff in between is about the only reason that I was able to meet my word goal yesterday, but still did it, so that's something. This is all I'm going to do on the sketch for right now. I'm going to move on to work in progress video editing after this, and then move on to writing or research or editing or something after that. But this is the demisexual pride sketch. He's only got a face and a hand at the moment. Oh no, I don't have two hands. Maybe. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see him for a second there. There you go. That's all I have done on him so far. But it's fun. I enjoy sketching. It's a nice break from writing for about the first hour of the morning, which is about how long I've been working on it. But I am going to exit out of that. I'm going to edit the next work in progress video from February and then go from there. The videos take a while to edit because they're over half an hour long, just because I'm combining as many of them as I possibly can into one video, so they go by a little faster for me. So that way I can get to editing current videos. But I'm going to edit another one, export that, and while it's exporting, I'll probably try to do some writing or editing or something, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. But either way, I will give you guys an update when I have an actual update to give, whether it's once the video is edited or exported, or once I get some writing done or some editing or whatever. At some point I will give you guys an update on anything that I do today. Alrighty, it is 2:54 in the morning and I just finished editing chapters 19 through 22 of TLA, and that was 7,716 words. So the good news is that I'm still on track with editing for the month. But at this point, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to stand up and walk around. My knees are killing me. I'm not wearing my braces at the moment, so that's not helping any. But I'm going to stand up, walk around, potentially make food, but then when I come back, I'm going to do some more research on the cryptograph stuff, hopefully finish it today, and then go from there. I don't know if the book that might spawn from that will be the next book that I write, so I'm also going to research another subject once this is finished, in case that is the book that I decide on instead. Both math-related things. But that is the game plan, and then I will give you guys an update once I have written something, once I have some writing done. But otherwise, the next work in progress video from February is uploading at the moment. If that finishes before I go to sleep, I doubt it will, but if it does, I will edit another one and start uploading that. But until that point, I'm able to use both my phone and my tablet, which is why I'm going to do research, because I do need two devices to do research. So that is the plan, and I will see you guys with an update at some point before I go to sleep. Alrighty, it is 4:18 in the morning and I just finished the research on the cryptography. I wrote an extra 921 words for this today. I think I ended up on like 3 or 4 different websites for different pieces of information and whatnot. And I do finally have an idea of what this character will be doing, and that will be in modern times, so I might at least try writing it, see what happens. we'll see. But I think first I'm going to do a little bit of work on Untitled Mysteries and then go from there. I do apologize, I'm recording on my phone. I don't think I said that yet. This is still uploading a video to Google Photos. But I'm going to do a little bit of work on Untitled Mysteries, then I'll give you guys another update at some point with a word count, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, it is 5:42 in the morning and I just finished working on Untitled Mysteries, and my iPad is still uploading a video, so I'm still recording on my phone. But I did write 2,511 words in that, so I've met my writing goal for the day. And my editing goal for the day, since I did TLA edits beforehand. So at this point, I would love to work on either my Z model or the Bo Austin surgeon basement little tiny model thing. But I want to do time lapses of both of those things, and I can only do time lapses on my iPad. And I cannot do that until this video is uploaded and deleted from my device, and this one also needs to be uploaded and deleted from my device before I can record time lapses. So I doubt I'll be able to do that in this morning, but since all of my goals are met, I will be able to do it later on today, presumably, hopefully, we'll see. But at the moment, I'm going to work on the demisexual pride sketch a little bit more, and then I might start the book that the cryptography research was for, and if not that, I'll go back to working on my other books. But either way, I will give you guys at least one more update before I go to sleep. Alrighty, it is 2:19 in the morning on the 6th, and I've been working on Untitled Mysteries for a little bit. I haven't been writing all morning or anything, but I've written 1,047 words in that out of my needed 3,200 words for the day total. Things are slow, just in general. I'm very tired. I'm still pretty pissed about the cut to the kill thing, and I have to deal with that today. I need to write them an email, and that's a whole ordeal on its own. I know for a fact that I'm not going to get anywhere with that email, and that in the end I'll just end up having to redesign the cover, hope that it works this time, and then waste more money on proofs and hope that they come out okay this time. Fun stuff, to say the least. But I am doing what I can. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely tired. It was raining and storming and thundering yesterday morning, afternoon, whatever. So I woke up multiple times throughout that and managed to grab like 20-minute sleep intervals afterwards, I think. And then at one point the thunder died down and I fell asleep and woke up at like 6 p.m. So my brain is a little fucked in that regard, and I think that's still putting it mildly. There are some people who deeply benefit from getting like many hours of sleep, but generally when I even get 6 or 7 especially, 7 is almost too much for me. I currently wake up at 3:30 and that's almost too much for me. I should be waking up at 2:30 because the 6 hours-ish there instead would actually work better for me. If I get more than that, I'm tired all day and I typically have a headache. But still, doing what I can. At this point, I'm going to go fill up that white tub thing with hot water and Epsom salt, wait for it to cool, soak my knuckles, go from there. I don't know if my knuckles are the problem tonight. I don't know if my head is the problem tonight. I don't know what the problem tonight is, but it's just not going at all. I have stuff to do, I have a million things to do, and now that things are messed up with Cut to the Kill, I am losing the breathing room that I had for that book, and it's pushing everything else aside, and whatever. But I don't know what the issue is tonight. So, I'm going to go get this thingy filled up, and soak my hands after it cools. I'll probably play a game at some point. I can't I can't just keep staring at this and hope for the best. I chose Untitled Mysteries because, again, it's generally the least stressful, because no one's ever going to see these scenes in this format. No one's ever going to see them like this. The only time anyone will ever see them is when they're edited and added to novels for the actual characters, if they ever reveal themselves and if that ever happens. But even then, it's still very slow. So, there's that. But yeah, I'm going to soak my knuckles, hope for the best, probably play a video game, see what happens. I don't know. Doing what I can, and I will give you guys an update at some point when I maybe, potentially, who the hell knows, accomplish something before I go to sleep. Since I'm going to waste most of my day dealing with cut to the kill stuff once I wake up, it's best if I meet my writing and editing goals before I go to sleep, so that's what I'm aiming for, but who knows. I'll see you guys at some point. Alrighty, it is 7:54 in the morning, and I'm going to run through some of the stuff that I have done since the last time I updated you, or since the last time I think I updated you. I apologize in advance for any bird noises. I'm in the living room. I went back to work on Untitled Mysteries, and I wrote 2,349 words altogether there, and then I moved to the Door-to-Door Sales Slayer, which is book 9 of the Boston Taylor series, and I wrote 1,473 words there. For that book, the only real goal is to have it finished by the end of June, so that way I can write book 10 in July for Camp Nano. That's the only real goal at the moment. And then I wrote 242 words in Child of Sickness. I would love to finish that this month. I don't know if that's going to happen. Things are pretty slow in it. That's okay. Whatever happens, happens. I haven't done any editing yet or anything like that, and honestly, I'm actually going to start a new book here. I haven't been going to sleep until about like 10 or 9 or 9:30, or at least I haven't been falling asleep. I've been going to bed at around 8. And I'm not going to go to sleep right now or go back to my room right now and sit there and stare at the ceiling until 9 or 9:30. So I'm going to stay out here until at least 8:30 and work on books. I don't know what the title of the new book is going to be. It's not the one that I just researched for. That's going to wait a little bit longer. I still have a bit more research to do, I think. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. But at the moment, I am naming characters and then go from there. I don't have a title. When I do, it will be one of those titles that is abbreviated for you guys. But the plan is to at least get it started today. I don't even care if I just write like 100 words in it. It's what I'm going to do. So I will give you at least one more update on that before I go to sleep, or before I go back to my room, whenever that happens. Alrighty, it is 4:12 p.m. I've been up since about 3:30. I didn't actually get out of bed until closer to 3:45, when my little dog realized I was awake and jumped at the gate until I let him outside. But both dogs have been in and out. They've both been fed and watered and all that jazz. So I'm finally going to get into book stuff for the day. As you saw, I didn't talk over it, but I did start the new book. It has a work in progress title at the moment. It'll probably change at some point, but it's whatever was on my screen when I showed it to you. I genuinely don't remember what it was. I don't remember which letters I chose. But outside of that, the first order of business today is getting onto KDP and sending Amazon an email about these. I'm still so pissed off. I'm trying not to be, but I was all weekend. I was pretty upset all weekend about it. But I told myself that I would wait until Monday to send an email because that was the most likely way that I would get a response relatively quickly. I assumed anyway. So that's the plan. I know that in the end it's not going to matter that I've sent them an email, and that I'll still have to pay for brand new proofs, and then I'll have to try and fix the issue on my own, more than likely, and that it will fall on me and it will be my responsibility. But it never hurts to say that you've tried, I guess. So that's the plan, and then after that I'm going to do my best to get into TLA editing. I have chapters 23 through 38 and then an epilogue left. Got my pen somewhere. There we go. So I'm not going to get through all of those today, but I can get through 3 or 4 of them, I think. And then if all goes well, I'll move back to writing at some point. I don't think I have any TV shows on Mondays, so I shouldn't be like distracted by that, but overall, I don't think things are going to go, you know, super well today. I was amazed that I met my word goal this morning, because it started off very painfully slow. I mean, it was slow. but that is the game plan. I need to get editing done, deal with this, however long that takes. I will email them first, and if I get a response, then I will deal with the cover and trying to fix it, and if I do not get a response right now, I won't work on the cover. I don't want to spend all of my time on the cover without knowing what the response might be. But once I move on to editing, I'm also going to edit another work in progress video from February, because the more of those I get through, the better. So I'm trying to edit as many of them as I can a day without taking up all of the space on my tablet, and then moving them to my flash drive and then putting them on the computer so that way they're off my tablet. Fun stuff. But I still have a lot of those to get through. I have to get through the rest of February, and I think I'm on like the 19th right now. And then I think March had work in progress videos, and then April didn't, and then I can finally get into the stuff from this month. So if nothing else, I'm making progress on them. But that's the goal. I'm going to start with the email and then go from there. So hooray. I'll see you guys at some point with an update. I don't know if the update will be about the covers or a response or TLA or writing or what, but I will see you at some point. Alrighty, it is 10:40 p.m. and I haven't been working on writing or anything like that for the last hour maybe. I've been working on the demisexual pride sketch, and I just finished that. Maybe. There we go. It's kind of crooked. Hopefully we'll focus on that. There we go. So I'm going to export that in both of its formats, which is transparent background and non-transparent background, and then upload them to Google Photos so I can put them on my phone, so I can put them into my commission thingy. But I'm going to take a little break here and then move on to starting another sketch, I think. I'm not 100% sure which one I will start on next, but when I figure it out, I will let you know. I'm not 100% sure if that's what I'm going to do tonight until midnight. I don't know if I'll get back into writing. I don't know if I'll just exist until midnight. But either way, I will update you guys at some point. If I do any more writing, I will update you again before midnight, and if not, I will just give you a quick update tomorrow after midnight. So if I do end up starting another sketch, I will just fill you in on what that sketch is tomorrow at some point. So we'll see.